Hi, sweetie. Hi.
Unbelievable.
Hi. Hey, how are you doing? Hmm? Doing alrighty? You make such weird noises. Alright, let's go see what's going on with this freaking quest outside, I suppose. Is what I shall do. Unbelievable. Ah, unbelievable. What's up? Your politicians are constantly bickering about, or whatever the heck that freaking exchange between Sean and Desmond is in AC3 that I've seen so many times over because of my use of history in video games class and, me using it as, like, quotations in my dedicated video essay on the subject.
Now they want to arrest
Hmm?
me. How many?
Oh, well, I guess we don't get to see how may I help. I thought I could just go around the corner and see the thief here, but that was not quite right. That was not quite right. Well, I'll get the tackle here anyway. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? There we go. But yeah, let's see here. On the earlier subject of Switch quality hardware, spent a lot of time on the Switch port of The Witcher 3. Never would have guessed it was actually that it was a visually downgrade version of the game, had you not been independently informed. So yeah, Switch hardware can do better than Legends Arceus. Yeah, definitely can. I technically own The Witcher 3 on Steam. I don't think I've played it before, is the thing. Pick them up during like Steam sales and whatnot. Maybe it's the kind of thing that might happen on the channel one day, because I've heard like really good things about it, and that's why I wound up picking it up and whatnot. But, you know, and also like considering how well that game has done over the past several years, despite being like a single player game. Like, wasn't there several years where, in the past several years, where it would still continue to be like one of the top played games on Steam, despite being a single player game rather than a multiplayer game? Or it was like one of, if not the highest up single player game that was a non-new release or something? Something along those lines. Like, it's downright really impressive. So, I've thought about getting the Switch version, is the thing, and then it's like, hey, maybe it can be one of those things that I play without streaming and whatnot. But you know, I'd have to pay like close to full price there because like cartridges can be expensive to produce. So, you know, full price games here are like $80. The most I ever see the physical The Witcher on the Switch on sale for is like 70 or something like that. Whereas I picked it up for probably like 15 bucks or something like that on Steam a while back. So like, you know, part of me would feel a little bit weird about like getting it again and it being on the Switch. Just for the sake of that, I might still one day, but we shall see. We shall see, I suppose, what happens with that. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is gorgeous. I can agree with that. Okay, so this is ground floor here. Never played a realistic looking Switch game, but that console's amazing at cartoon graphics. Splatoon 2 and Rescue Team DX are honestly beautiful in their own ways. The games that we were playing in this series before this, we were playing on the Switch. Like, well, we played Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations on PC here. But then the Americas trilogy of Assassin's Creed 3, 4, and Rogue, we played the Switch versions because those are available on the Switch. And honestly, they look great on the Switch, apart from Assassin's Creed 3, I guess, because that was the quote-unquote Assassin's Creed 3 remastered version that, you know, was re-released on every platform, essentially, and literally looks worse than the original games because Ubisoft doesn't know how to handle a remaster. So there was that. But freaking Assassin's Creed, the Rebel Collection on the Switch, my goodness, that actually looked great. Like, sometimes its render distance would be a little bit wonky at times, but usually not too bad. And it would be handled in a way where like things in the distance would fade into existence rather than just like pop into existence like it does in Legends Arceus. Come on. Like, AC3 feels like it was lazily put on the Switch, but the Rebel Collection actually feels like it was flushed out to be like a dedicated Switch experience, and is probably one of my favorite games on the Switch, honestly. That's quite frankly the thing. So that's probably my only example of a realistic looking game on the Switch, is Assassin's Creed The Rebel Collection. And quite frankly, it looks really good. Like, it would definitely be a downgrade to playing on something like the PC version, but it really didn't feel like all that much of a downgrade. Like, sometimes I would notice it here and there with like little render distance things, but not all that much. A lot of the time I felt like I was literally playing it on like the PC version that I had known for games like Rogue up to that point. It was actually really cool. Ubisoft actually did a really good job of optimizing the Rebel Collection for the Switch. I'll always be a huge advocate for that game. That game is really good, but not AC3 on the Switch. AC3 on the Switch sucks. So there's that. But yeah, when it comes to like non-realistic looking games on the Switch though, oh my goodness, they're freaking all over the place. I wonder what my favorite game on the Switch in terms of graphics would be. Probably Xenoblade Chronicles 1 or 2. Astral Chain would probably be like a close second there. Astral Chain is freaking incredible. I love Astral Chain. Astral Chain is one of those games we did a playthrough of just the main game and then stopped. But if I was forced to like choose any one of the games that we've already played on this channel to go back and do the post game of, that I hadn't, you know, already done the post game of, I would freaking choose Astral Chain. That game was so much fun. I just beat it at a time that, you know, I had a whole lot of other games going on. I didn't really have the wiggle room to be doing the post game of it. And it's a steep learning curve game that at this point I have to handle from like the very beginning again to like relearn the game if I wanted to get back into it. But there are honestly some days where I'm tempted to do that. That game was so much fun. It's one of my favorite Switch games, and I never even played it when it originally came out. I only played it like a year later after people kept telling me to play it and said it was really good. And I was like, are you sure? I'm playing a lot of other games. I don't know if I really want to pick up Astral Chain. And I picked it up and I was like, holy crap, this game is absolutely amazing. So there was that. But yeah, let's just see here. Combat in The Witcher 3 is meh, but everything else about it is incredible. That's good. I've heard a few remixes from it before from a few remixing channels I follow, and the soundtrack seems pretty nice and stuff. Witcher 1 to 3 on PC, played a bit of Witcher 1, didn't care much for the combat, never did get into it, never actually played 2 or 3, though we've heard good things. I think I technically own all 3. I've owned 3 for a little while. I actually picked up 1 and 2 during the recent Steam Winter Sale, because I could, you know, pay like $4 or something like that for both of them, was the thing. So, oh, hi. Oh, this is not how I wanted to handle this. This is life now. This is life now. Yeah, there's a have there been freaking nudity in games that we've streamed before? I think at the beginning of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood there was like some stuff there. There was that one bit from the first Watch Dogs game where you go shut down the freaking sex trafficking ring. That was a mission in Watch Dogs, was the thing. But I think maybe it just comes with the name of like M for mature. I know that freaking, you know, Witcher kind of stuff is like next level of that kind of thing though. So it might not be wrong. It probably would have to be. If that ever does happen, it wouldn't be for freaking 3,000 years is the thing. So, you know, probably don't have to worry about anything like that for a while. There's so many game series I want to cover on this channel. That's not super high on the priorities list. Maybe one day I'll pick up the Switch version and try it out. I don't play a whole lot of games off stream anymore. Usually the only time I play video games off stream is when I'm grinding in games that I do play on stream. Like, I barely know what it's like playing video games on my own anymore because I rarely do it. What the hell? Want to come over here maybe? Can I cover here? Nope. But yeah. Yeah, maybe not something like that in that game. I have heard that there's apparently stuff like that in Witcher 3. I don't know what it's like with Witcher 1 and 2 though. I don't know why you're blue like you're a guard and whatnot. There's Cyberpunk where underwear does not exist. And oh, really? That I was not aware of. That I was not aware of there. Bunk. Smackaroo. Everybody dies. What are you doing, my guy? Okay, well. Okay, where is this thing that I'm looking for? Some random guys are fighting there. Retrieve the paper. Oh, do I not even have to be here anymore? Is it at this other place now? It's at the freaking other place now. I'm here for no reason. I'm here for literally no reason right now. Whoops, you are running into the wall, my guy. That is neither here nor there. That is neither here nor there. But yeah, there's a lot of other game series that I'd like to cover on this channel that I've never played before. That would be way higher up on the priorities list. Like the 2 really big game series that I've literally never played before, but what the hell? But I would like to play and do it on this channel at some point, is Metal Gear and Mass Effect. Those are 2 game series I've never played before, but I want to. And I'd like to do them on this channel at some point. I don't know if I'll be able to get to them this year because of, you know, how many other projects are going on this year and stuff, but oh. Yoink! Take that, random bell. Alright. You can choose to have it or not. Either wear underwear or not. Wait, what? Stop that man! You better not. You better not. No, thank goodness you missed. But yeah, played through Mass Effect 3 on Xbox 360. It was pretty fun, but wouldn't recommend that version. Discs are too notorious for failing for no reason. I own the Legendary collection on PC now after picking up during the recent summer sale. So, like, Mass Effect is actually a game series that was made here in my city. So, you know, it's probably about time that I get around to, like, playing stuff that's local to here and seeing, you know, what my city here is so famous for and whatnot, especially considering when I graduate from university, the two big places I'd probably be applying at are either BioWare or Improbable, or Infliction Games as they now go by, and a company that nobody knows yet because they're only working on their first game right now called Nightingale, which they just revealed a trailer for a couple months ago.
My apologies, Monsieur Condorcet, but some things...
It was fun. We got to see a little bit of Nightingale early when our class got to like go in and see some development and stuff. And I kept that name under the freaking non-disclosure thingamabob, but now that the trailer has been out for a little while and revealed its name officially, I can actually say the name Nightingale. Whoa. It's neat to see that they have stuck with the same name that they had back then. It wasn't changed. It's a cool name. But yeah, let's see here. Really want you to play KOTOR? Really good game? No idea what that is. I'm sorry to say. But yeah, the game schedule is already pretty darn crazy. I can kind of go through what the plans for the year, generally are, and what things are looking like here for 2020U. 2020U? Yeah, that's totally what I wanted to say there. 2022 of the channel here. So there's a Discord server that I have where I'm the only member, where I use to like make notes of things and like send myself images across devices. It's really handy. Everybody should have their own freaking private Discord server, honestly. And in said thingamabob, I have well, hold on. Looking back at my own server here first and foremost into the schedule. But yeah, I've heard of the Star Wars thingamabob. I've heard of that one. But let's see here. So if I go ahead and turn on display capture 2 here real quick. Maybe I should should I move display capture 2 down so that we still have like the cameras and stuff? Bam, there you go. There you go. I don't know why it was above there before. Let's see here. A little bit of Inception you get there for a little bit. In terms of stuff for 2022, this is a big project that is probably gonna be happening on and off over the course of like this whole year and whatnot. I might potentially I do have a plan for like the story that I'm going to be telling with this series, and it does have a point that will make like a good point to like take a break and come back to it later. So that's probably a thing that I'm going to do. So maybe in the near future, I'm going to like commit to making a whole bunch of episodes to like get up until a point where I can take said break for a good place to leave the story temporarily. So that might be a thing that happens. There's our current games that we're doing right now of AC Unity, Explorers of Sky, and Legends Arceus, each of which I've been taking my time with, though. Legends Arceus may be wrapped up here pretty darn soon, and whatnot. Elden Ring is going to take a little while. I'm going to be starting the final route of Fire Emblem Three Houses here pretty soon. Could even do so tonight if I was feeling spicy. Nah, let's not do so tonight. Let's do it at another night. Freaking Project Triangle. Well, it's just called Triangle Strategy now. It's not even called Project Triangle Strategy anymore, but who cares? There's Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope coming out. So I've done the original Mario plus Rabbids at this point, but I haven't done the DLC yet. So I'll wait until the freaking Sparks of Hope release date is announced, and then I'll do the DLC, because that's how you get the best viewership. You strike while the iron's hot. The release date is announced, and then I start publishing videos of the original game's DLC. That creates intrigue, so I'm freaking waiting until that and stuff. There's Splatoon 3. We already did Splatoon 1 last year in preparation for that. I haven't done Splatoon 2 yet, so I'm gonna have to do that this year. And it'll probably be the same kind of idea of striking while the iron's hot. These will probably be announced like together during this February direct that's rumored to be happening here at some point. Maybe. This is gonna be consuming my life for a little while. No idea how long this is gonna take. I don't even know if Nightingale's releasing this year. It might be a future year. I'll cover it whenever it comes out. I would like to do Metroid Prime, the trilogy, at some point. Like, there hasn't been any word on Metroid Prime 4 for a while. I'll probably just be doing the campaigns. There is technically a smidge of multiplayer stuff that I've done with Splatoon 2 on the channel for like a one-off. There was this, wait, open this window here. There was like this series that I started called Creators Collide that I should do some more episodes of, where the whole idea is every episode is doing games with or against a different content creator while having like a kind of interview about like their content and what they do and whatnot. And I kind of wish it was like one of the more main parts of the channel, that it could be like video essay level kind of reception, but alas, no such luck. But they're still fun to do and cool ways to like network and get to know other content creators. One of the earlier ones I did against a freaking remixer and original music composer was with Tailwinds here. So I technically have like a one-off of doing multiplayer stuff with Splatoon 2 here, but I don't have my Splatoon 2 playthrough yet, is the thing. I don't yet have that. This can count as the multiplayer stuff with it anyway, is the thing. So it'll probably just be main campaign. That's what we did with Splatoon 1 was the case. So that'll be a thing that we wind up doing. I'll probably just start it like right when the release date of Splatoon 3 is announced, is a thing. Because again, strike while the iron's hot, you gotta get them freaking algorithm brownie points. So that's like the new releases to do this year, and like the corresponding older things I'd have to do first in some of these cases. Who knows when this is coming out. As for like other thingamabobs, I've started making a list of like the total people I've played against in Mario Party. I did this earlier today, and who I still plan on taking on, so just like freaking ignore that. Ignore that for now. I don't think I've shown this list anywhere because I didn't want to make it like an official thing just in case I couldn't actually, achieve this. Just in case I wouldn't be able to achieve this. Let's actually listen to some music while I'm freaking rambling about this real quick. Let's listen to the music that we had on the intro screen here. This is a Rush Garcia orchestration here. Shine and Never Fade, it's called, and it's muted. I'll unmute it. It's a really freaking chill tune, so go check out that Rush Garcia nerd if you want to listen to stuff like this. I'll turn it up a smidge. So I wasn't planning on posting this officially just in case I wouldn't be able to actually do it, but I made like a mental list here of things that I hope to get done in 2022 that aren't new games. We're doing Assassin's Creed Unity right now, so that's good. That's in progress. And I for sure want to get through Assassin's Creed Syndicate and Chronicles this year. Maybe we get to Assassin's Creed Origins if we make good time, but at this pace, I think the best thing to shoot for is just getting through Chronicles and Syndicate, most likely. I would like to continue my Mario and Luigi as well as Paper Mario series by doing at least one game in each of those, if I can pull it off, if I can find time in the schedule. When 3D All-Stars came out, we started doing a series of all the 3D Mario games in order. So we've now done Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy 2, and we did Super Mario 3D World over the course of 2020 with Anima, Shuck, and Guzma on and off, so that took a little while. So now there's only one game left, so if I do this, then I'll have the entire 3D Mario series done on the channel, so I'd like to do that. It'd be really cool to do Tales of Symphonia this year with some fellow friendos, like maybe Guzma and Anima, and maybe we can find another friendo to bring in there or something. We'll see. In terms of Fire Emblem, yeah, I'm gonna be doing this very soon, so I'll get this knocked off the list. We'll see if I can do this at some point here. I would very much like to do it this year, and then Fire Emblem Fates Revelations can be sometime next year. I would like to do at least the first Metroid Prime this year, and a lot of the things on this list are like relatively longer things. Well, this could be pretty short, but considering the other Metroid games I played, this shouldn't be too long. I have heard the Prime games are a bit longer, but now I'm pretty intrigued by it. I actually do kind of want to play some Metroid Prime, so I'd like to do that at some point. This is what I've wanted to do for a while. I was even thinking about starting it last year, but it didn't quite work out there. And I was hoping, I was like, oh, second thought, let's start it early 2022. And now with all the stuff going on now in freaking early 2022, I'm not too sure about that. Fingers crossed we can. Also, just ignore the fact that there's like a bazillion bots in this server that I did for like all testing out whether I actually wanted them in like my actual server. I don't think I have any of these in my actual server. I don't think I liked any of them. So there's that. And then I have like my freaking list of like, here's some individual games I'd like to cover at some point if ever I get the itch to like start a new game on the channel and I want to have a look at like what's my action items to do. And there's like, here's some series that I'd like to have all covered at some point. There's only one Luigi's Mansion game left to go. I'll do that during some Halloween. So other series that want to be done at some point. Fallout could be fun. That could be fun. Oh, Persona's another one that I've literally never played. Both these are ones all three of these are things I've literally never played, but I've heard good things about it. It might be fun to do. I don't know. Also, I've never done Xenosaga or Xenogears. That might be fun. And then like here's some kind of ways that I've been tracking some of the in progress series. So I only have one last game to go in the 3D Mario series, 2 left to go in the Splatoon trilogy. And this is just kind of like my mental reminders of stuff and whatnot. So you know, this is why I don't take game recommendations on the channel, is because this is the current state of like new things for 2022, and I'm gonna give my best effort to get this list done in 2022, but I haven't released this publicly because there's no guarantees that I can freaking get all that done in 2022, especially alongside the other things that are coming out and are gonna take me like 3,000 years. Where's Display Capture 2 here again? There it is. So yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to go check the chest at the Cafe Theater in a hot second. I'll do that momentarily, is what I'll do. So yeah, I know freaking I get game recommendations a whole lot of the time, but this is why I don't take game recommendations, essentially. Like 99% of the time. Sometimes I would. It belongs in a museum. Wow. But yeah, let's see here. And could well be intra-missing more. Is at the current point, I literally don't have time in my schedule for even several other content creators I'm already familiar with to do that with. So I don't know if another episode of that is happening anytime soon, but with the other projects going on the channel, I think Creators Collide is a little bit on hold for a little while. There was that one that we did with Chip, and now it's gonna be on hold for a little while. So I mean, but yeah. 2022 is packed for game launches. There's a bunch you want. Yeah, 2022 seems like a pretty good year for gaming there. Fallout 3 and 4 are fun. Don't know how you'll get 1 or 2. I'm not doing freaking 1 or 2. No way. That's one of the cases where I wouldn't do like the complete series. There's no freaking way there. If I do the Fallout series, it would be like for sure New Vegas and 4, maybe 3, but 3 is a little bit sketchy to get working. I've never actually played 3 before. I've beaten New Vegas. I've nearly 100% in New Vegas before. I got through half of 4 and I never beat it. I've never played 3. I never got to work before. But hello, CS Digital Design. Welcome to the shenanigans here. All right, well, let's go ahead and loot the chest over here because it is apparently full. There's a letter for me you left in my room. I don't even know where my room is, I'm gonna be honest. Should I go check this letter? He freaking tells me about it like every time. All right, we're getting a decent amount of Fs, but still gonna be a little while before we can get the next bit of equipment. What other equipment do we still need the best stuff of? Unless we have it all at this point. I don't remember. I don't think I've inspected everything around in here before. Memento gallery. Oh. Have I ever properly done this? Browse collection. Look through the single player missions. Huh, finish sequence 1. The chalice used by the Assassin Council for Honor's Rite of Passage. Oh, this is interesting. Probably the best way to play Fallout 3 reliably is to get a console version or a time period gaming PC/laptop. Huh. I think I do own Fallout 3 on Steam now, but I can see if there's a, you know, anything I can do about getting it to work. Huh, coat of arms represents your completed accomplishments. Interesting, yeah. Hold on, let's see this letter. I guess this is the letter thing then, right? A letter for me, huh? Let's just see here. Oh, sweet, we got to sit down. Letters from Elise. Read letters. It contains all letters are received from Elise. Oh.
Paris, September 23rd.
Oh, it's voice acted.
Dear Arno.
Huh.
I never thought I could be so bored in Paris. Can you imagine it? The greatest city in the world. And here I am, stuck in endless lectures from dawn to dusk. It's worse than that winter we spent in Strasbourg. Do you remember? When it snowed for a week straight, and we couldn't leave the house, and all the books in the library were in German.
I speak German.
We convinced that cook the house was haunted by some young Frankish prince, and the poor man refused to leave his kitchen without a rosary in one hand and a Bible in the other. I miss those days. The things I'm learning from Father's friends are, well, I wish I could tell you about them. Someday perhaps, but not now, and not like this. But still, I find myself missing those days. Missing home. Missing you. Next time Father comes to Paris, you must persuade him to bring you along. I remain always your Elise.
You're not yours? Also, yeah, I'm surprised that this was voice acted. Yeah, don't don't mention that word to freaking Game Freak. It would give them a stroke.
Dear Arno, I confess I'm not entirely sure what to say here. It was good to see you again. Somehow rings hollow. An empty space unfit to contain the totality of my feelings. And yet I am pleased. Pleased that the assassins have not changed you completely. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You never were one to be easily awed. It seems we have both found ourselves at an impasse in the hunt for my father's killer. Perhaps together, we can accomplish what neither of us could alone. It's nice to think that after all this time, we're still better together than apart.
Why?
Yours, Elise. Oh,
Hmm.
no. What have you done?
Yeah, that's what they are.
I know we didn't part on the best of terms, but to go running to the assassins?
Am I reading these in the wrong
My father
order?
kept you away from them for a reason. Their creed is like wine, sweet enough
I think
at
it was
first
4.
blush, and in moderation
Oh, sorry.
makes life seem
4.
bearable. But drink too deeply, and you find naught but madness and anarchy. No doubt they've already filled your mind with tales of how dreadful we Templars are, that we would make slaves of humanity and place our boots on the world's neck. You knew my father, and you know me. I can only pray that is enough to give the lie to those tales. My order has turned against me, and I am hunted by those I once called friend. I could not bear it if you turned against me also. Think of me, and be well, Elise.
I probably should have read these at different points in the story, huh?
Dearest Arno, I can barely conceive how much has changed in the last 3 years. How far our roads have taken us. Sometimes I feared our paths would diverge forever, or else come together at loggerheads like the star-crossed lovers in some hackneyed stage piece. Yet here we are. Not the same brash children we once were, nor yet strangers. When this is over, when Germain is dead at our feet and my father rests, who then will we be? Assassin mentor and Templar Grandmaster? The continuation of the old, or the beginning of something new? Will we shape the future of our world, or will we retire quietly to the countryside to raise goats? I can just see you, a goat herd, leaping and climbing about the Alps. No goat would have a chance of escaping you. I do not know what the next days, months, years will bring. All I know is that we shall remain Arno and Elise, and with that, I am content. Je t'aime, Elise.
Yeah, it does definitely seem like a really important part of the story that adds a... Gosh darn it, no!
Never did convince her father to bring me to Paris.
Does really seem like a really important part of the story there, or something that adds a whole lot more depth that really can be easily missed. Why is he turning sometimes randomly? Just holding forward here. But yeah, you have a habit of usually doing the main story of games and bawling, even if you do that. And this kind of thing always balls you to an extent because you usually do it just for the story. Yeah, I didn't realize that there was a letter thingamabob there. I don't know if I ever did it when I played this game back in like 2014. We can do like this next smidge of main story because it's just reporting back, and I've kind of been putting it off. So maybe we should just report back. Yeah, I don't know why he was. Let's see here. Oh, I thought there was going to be a freaking cutscene there immediately. It wasn't. But yeah, I guess it can be freaking AC in a nutshell. Just don't question it. Yeah, sometimes they just do what they want. I guess I'm missing a medicine, so I'll go ahead and do that. Sometimes they just do as they please. Council debriefing. Reports to the council. Yeah, I may as well do this. I probably should have done it before, but whoops.
Hey, Arno.
Hey, Arno.
What in God's name happened at the Place de la Révolution today?
Germain was there, and I know what his plan is. You have to...
You were told to leave that investigation to others.
Yes, but listen.
Yes, but listen. Is that the regard in which you hold the Brotherhood?
I knew this would happen. I told Mirabeau that you were too obsessed with your personal vendettas.
This is why I joined the Brotherhood.
Yes, not because you shared our ideas or felt called to the service. For revenge.
For redemption.
Call it what you will. You've defied the orders of this council repeatedly, pursued targets without sanction, and flouted our creed at every step.
Master Trenet?
In light of these actions, I find I have no choice but to call for a vote of expulsion. Master Bellier.
Agreed.
What are you...
Master Kimar.
Agreed.
Arno Dorian, you are attainted. Your rank and title are stripped from you, and you are hereby exiled from the Brotherhood of Paris.
You cannot be serious. Listen, I know what Germain is doing. I can stop him!
The decision of this council is final. We give you leave to go.